If you caught last week's episode on creative ways to use reverbs in your music productions, well, here we are with part 2 in the series. If you're curious to know more, then check out this video. Hello everyone, and welcome to Distinct Mastering. My name is Freddie. I'm a mastering engineer, producer, DJ, and president of Sleeping Giant Music. For over 2 decades, I've helped artists grow their careers, and now I'm here to help you with your music production skills. If you like my content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Now let's get into part 2 of our 2-part series on 6 different ways you can use reverbs creatively. Okay, part 2 of our series on 6 creative ways to use reverb in your music production. Let's continue. Another great way that you can use reverb is you can automate the reverb. So I just took a snare roll from some sample pack. Remember, it's got to be royalty free for use on YouTube. And as you can see, it's just some basic, simple little roll. Not my favorite, but will work for the purpose of this video. I've got a long reverb here on, and I put a cathedral. That's probably a little large for this, but let's go with a concert hall. And as you can see, the snare roll is pretty dry. Let's give it a little reverb. I could do it like that, but one of the coolest things that people do is they will automate this. So let's say I want the reverb to be full here, and I want it to kind of gradually swell up as it goes on. You could start it off dry. And another thing that you could actually do if you wanted to get even crazier is you can automate some of the reverb parameters. Let's say you wanted to turn on the space or the decay time and you wanted to turn that up as this went up. So then you get that nice reverb tail. Okay, so the 5th way you can use reverb creatively is to automate a drum hit or a tone or something in your music production. I went ahead and chopped the drum roll that I had, the snare roll, just so I have one snare here. And what you can do is you can automate. I will go ahead and create another send and return track. I'm going to take this reverb that we had over here and just copy that real quick. And I will call this, the hit reverb or the clap verb. I like to do this with claps. It's really handy. And so I'm just going to send this all the way. And then you can take the decay and you've got, if that happens on one hit, say you're transitioning from, to a breakdown, or you want to create some space and you drop the kick drum or drop some drums and have this one hit when they all drop. You get that nice tail. So automating a hit is another way to use reverb creatively. Now let's get into the last method here, which is the gated snare trick. And what this one is, I'm going to go ahead and delete that return. This one was made famous in the 80s. One of the most popular songs that made this famous was Phil Collins' In the Air, but a lot of 80s songs use this. So I'm going to remove the return. And if you are unfamiliar with auxiliary sends and returns, I have made a video about this. I will leave you a link up above so you can check that out. But I just turned that back down and all we've got is this snare. So let's go ahead and listen to this. That's all it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send it to this auxiliary send. I'm going to turn it all the way up. And I've got the Ableton stock reverb on. I went ahead and turned the decay time all the way up. I didn't do anything else to this. I've got this huge tail. And that it may be a little annoying, but the gated snare trick or the gated reverb trick you're supposed to do, you need a gate. So I've got the Ableton gate here, the stock gate plugin. And as you can see, this is not set up correctly yet. But what a gate does is it tries to turn off the audio after a certain threshold. But what we want to do is we want to sidechain it off of our snare. And I'm going to go ahead and pick post mixer. And what you do is you can play with the hold and the release time. You want your attack all the way up. And now you've got that. Pretty cool trick, huh? So if you're trying to go for that 80s feel or that disco boogie feel and you want to use a cool trick with reverb that's going to make your production sound like that, the gated snare or the gated reverb trick is a great way to accomplish that. And that's an overview on how you can use reverbs creatively in your music productions. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Once again, my name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering, and have a great day.